and I just wasn't thinking. I was just in the social, trying to be sociable, try to hang and try to be cool. And look what happened. I ended up, facing the consequences. I'm suffering tremendously. What's good, peeps? It's your boy Hess bringing you another dosage of positive vibes. What's going on, peeps? You already know who it is. It's your boy Hess I hope everybody is doing well. Miss you guys. I know I'm not putting out content as much as I should, as much as I want to, but doing my best to maintain, to stay strong and positive. I hope all of you are doing the same. I hope you guys are staying strong. I hope you guys are staying positive. I hope you guys are even staying safe and inside. Please keep yourself away from this coronavirus thing. All right, man. Social distancing is a must right now. All right. So please practice that. Please, everybody, do what you have to do to minimize what's going on right now. All right. Please do your part. All right. Enough of all of that. I have to welcome and thank a new patron member, Kathy. I'm not gonna say your last name out of respect and privacy. But Kathy, thank you so much for becoming a patron. You know who you are. I honestly get speechless during times like these, when people really come out of their pocket, really take their hard-earned money and put it towards something they believe in. And honestly, I can't believe I'm that something. I'm something that people are willing to invest in. I'm, something that people actually believe in. And it really tells me that I have a huge responsibility on my shoulders and I should not take it lightly. So thank you, Kathy. Thank you, Jane. Thank you, my wife, Ashley, for being patrons. You guys definitely see something in me that not a lot of people see. And that really means a lot to me, So thank you. All right, so let's finally get to the whole point of this video. I want to share a story with you guys about a time that I triggered my IBS symptoms very badly. A lot of you guys know I was on break for a little while. And, during this break from YouTube, I ended up getting very sick. In fact, I was so sick that it lasted for a good 2 weeks of horrible pain. I mean, I was literally throwing up from both ends, if you know what I mean. All right, and it was excruciating. I don't ever want to go through that again. If you're interested in hearing how I triggered my IBS symptoms, then stick around for the next clip because I'm sure many of you will be able to relate anyway. All right, so let's move on to the story. To be honest, I did not want to do this. I feel like shit, but my wife convinced me to do this. She said that I should just document what I'm going through, kind of talk about what I've been going through the past couple of weeks and pretty much how I got here, right? I don't know if you can hear my voice, how hoarse it is, but I'm definitely suffering either from intense IBS symptoms or I just have a bad stomach bug or something like that. In this past week of being very sick, I've lost a lot of weight. I at least lost about, I don't know, maybe 7-8 pounds just being sick and having this crazy diarrhea and nausea, and again, I hardly been eating the past couple of days or few days because of how sick I've been feeling. I don't know if that's just not having sufficient balanced meal, is making me feel even more weak and fatigued. But either which way, man, I've lost a lot of weight these past few days. So this is not fun. It's not fun at all. I went over a friend's house with my wife, and we were, drinking, of course, and after one drink and after one shot, it became one too many. I really had about maybe 5 beers, and you kind of mash that up with the shots. I had about 5 beers and about 5 shots. I'm not gonna lie, and I'll be honest. I felt like one of the beers that I drank was very flat and tasted kind of old. It just didn't taste right. But for some reason, I still drank it. All right. And I believe I am reacting to that. Not to just that beer. And if that's just my theory, maybe it's not the beer. Maybe it's the fact that for a whole week, a few days, I wasn't drinking alcohol, right? I was letting my body detox. And the fact that I reintroduced alcohol into my body, and not just reintroduced it, but I went ham. I went crazy. You know what I'm saying? Oh, and another thing to mention, when I was drinking all that beer and all taking all those shots, I had hardly had eaten anything before we got there, simply because they mentioned they were gonna cook, and I'm kind of on an intermittent fasting regimen to some extent, so I don't really eat till later in the day. I don't eat breakfast. I just have my coffee or just liquids until the afternoon. So, we were going to our friend's house early afternoon, so I decided, let me wait to eat till we get there, right? Running on an empty stomach, pretty much. And I decided to drink, and I just wasn't thinking. I was just in the social, trying to be sociable, try to hang and try to be cool. And look what happened. I ended up, facing the consequences. I'm suffering tremendously because of it, so I don't know if it's the fact that I reintroduced so much alcohol into my system, or, if that one beer that I felt was that one bad apple out of the bunch, that I had, I'm reacting to that. I don't know, but it's horrible right now. It's horrible. These are the consequences sometimes when, you try to put yourself on a somewhat elimination diet, and then when you reintroduce certain things that you shouldn't be, right? You make the mistake of doing it too soon and too hard and too fast. This is what can happen, for someone who has IBS. You end up being in a flare up or in a IBS episode or an IBS attack, whatever you want to call it. You just end up in this state for a long time, This could last another week, I don't know, but I thought it would be over by now, and it's not. Now, I am, like I said, I'm, creating a lifestyle change for myself so that I make more healthier choices in life, and part of that is choosing to exercise more, which I've been doing. Now, except for the past week or past few days, I haven't because of how sick I've been. Now, the only thing that's been helping me for the most part when it comes to the nausea is the medical marijuana that I use. So, with that being said,
a few moments later. Eventually,
you gotta let that sit for a little bit. You gotta feel that, Anyways, your boy's sick. Your boy out of it, as you can tell. And peace. I'll check up with y'all next time. All right, guys. Thanks so much for sticking around to the end. Be honest. What do you think of my story? It was definitely my fault, right? Yeah, it definitely was. But anyways, guys, thanks so much for sticking around to the very end. Please let me know if any of you guys can relate to my experience. I know I'm not the only one who's not perfect here. Nonetheless, when I trigger my symptoms, I know I go through a world of problems that I freaking hate, that I never want to go through again. But yeah, let me know if you guys can relate to my story. And as always, guys, don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe. And remember, be surrounded by nothing but positive vibes. Peace.
Feel good.